Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Vontae.
¿Qué pasa, papi?
Okay.
Me llamo Nika B.
Yes, I mean, we don't do much in terms of the Spanish right now, but welcome back to another episode of The Job. Of course, we're having so much fun. We are outside of our usual studio and we are at home studio today. You know why, Nika?
Why?
Because we are celebrating the future of Bahamian music with Sherwood Rahming and Home Studios. How are you feeling about that, Nika?
Great talent, Vontae, and today we're experiencing him in his environment, and it's so different for us because, you know, we normally go from studio to studio, but now we're in their home, their studio.
Home studio, actually. But now we're gonna take you to our first music video. It's No Sudden. It's one of his highly acclaimed songs that many people have sang throughout the time. It's a song that I probably heard 100 times in college alone. So ladies and gentlemen, here's No Sudden.
Yeah. I say no sudden, no sudden. Yeah. Yeah. No sudden. Check it. I used to be a lover boy, and maybe now I'm Mr. Lover Man. But these girls at a tripping like, and you don't even understand. I would try to bring the moon to these guys, end up looking like a goon to these guys. If I waited in the water for these daughters, man, I swear to God, I would be a prune to these guys. And I ain't saying that I'm bitter, but I know for sure it ain't gold just because it glitter. And these girls cold on mine that they don't shiver. Watch I transform when Hennessy hit a liver. I swear I used to warm gals up than since high school. I was always the nice dude, go figure. It's like they couldn't see the bigger picture. When you short and you dark, they gon' diss you for a light skin. No sudden over these gals, 'cause they ain't thinking about you. No sudden over these gals, when there's nothing you can do. No sudden over these gals, 'cause they ain't thinking about you. And these gals, they gon' do what they do. Oh, these gals, they gon' do what they do. I used to trip, yeah, I used to trip. I swear that y'all wanted to yacht me whip, still love the chick. Rihanna used to have pissed. She was chasing Rashad when she coulda had this. Vince used to make a sick, breaking up and wanting her back and shit. But I guess it's realistic. When I think about it, I was the first one to play with that. Malak would tell you her reason was stupid, and sitting around such it didn't help, and it was useless. My regiment pulled me to the side like, dog, this how you do this. Quit sweating the and the worrying is fruitless while you're at home crying. She don't even give a damn. She's probably in the bed sending news to a new man. And when he do her dirty, she probably be back again. So I guess it's cool if we just chill and be friends like.
Television just got a whole lot better with Justice with Judge Carol. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m., see real cases before a real judge. From AC disputes, traffic accidents, tenant and landlord contracts, Judge Carol will make the ruling and the decisions are final and legally binding. If you want your case heard before Judge Carol, call us at 242-445-4955 or email us at info@judgecarol.net. And remember, the decisions are final.
Well, welcome back to The Drop, ladies and gentlemen. As I would have mentioned before, we are at home studios with the one and the only Sherwood Rahming. Today we're gonna get to know this artist a little bit more. He's more than just an artist, a producer, songwriter, musician. Sherwood, welcome to The Drop.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
We want to talk a little bit about, just to start things off, what really inspires your sound? Because I mean, you can't really pinpoint you into any real genre, any specific genre, I should say.
Yeah, I think I get bored with listening to a lot of the typical things. So naturally, I try to figure out ways that I could pull from this, pull from that, and see how they come together to make maybe something a bit more refreshing. So it's often that boredom, but sometimes I also just hear some things that I wish I could like copy, and I try my best.
Yeah.
Sometimes it don't work, so I have to make it my own thing too. So
what types of music you really listen to?
I listen to a lot of R&B, a lot of flamenco music.
Flamenco?
Yeah, it's like Spanish guitar, but not like
so
just
bossa
regular.
nova and stuff like that.
All those
Got you.
different things, I kind of
Yeah.
do a lot of listening to those.
In watching you when we came here, a lot of it was just like mental for you. Would you say that you'd be one of those artists who hear something and just be like, I gotta write it down
All the time, all
What
the
types
time.
what types of songs do you really like come across? If you remember anything, any type of song that stuck out to you?
Like for me,
Yeah.
one of the most stickable songs for me was like when I made this Plantain. 'Cause it just was a funny thing to make.
Yeah,
This was
yeah.
like this plant, like the words started to come and it became really a joke in my head. But
Yeah.
I was like, music could go to this.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
could make sense.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's actually one of our favorite songs at the office.
that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
But yeah, man, which country or region would you say that you draw a lot of inspiration from? You know, you spoke about that Spanish side, but we also hear you using a lot of Afrobeat stuff in there, some Haitian stuff in there as well. It's like a perfect amalgamation of all these beautiful sounds.
That's a hard question. Because it's like, when I think about music from the Caribbean region in general, there's so much overlap. Like, Rake and Strape has a very specific thing that we know is us.
Yeah.
Calypso is also very specific, Calypso soca from Trini. Then like the dancehall stuff from
Yeah.
Jamaica. So it's really hard. Dancehall is like super integral because it got that bop
Yeah.
that you can't just miss.
Right.
And even dancehall is heavy in Afrobeat too, so it's hard. It's really hard. But I know for sure, I should say, when I am figuring out how to make something fresh, I still always try to draw something from home
Yeah.
and see how it could be like a foundational part in that.
Because I hear a lot of the Rake and Scrape, and I guess that's still a very important element for you as well, eh?
Yeah. But not like in the typical way.
Explain that.
Like, not just like four on the floor, not just, that's kind of played out for me. For me, it ain't got that bop.
Yeah.
But if you keep like the accented hi-hat or scraper feel, and then you use some of the more spaced out, like low end, then it changes the way that you could, groove to it.
So I guess a lot of times you're not even using the conventional saw and scrape that a lot of the artists use, and you're using different instruments to create that sound, eh?
Sometimes I use a saw, like I have I have two saw samples in my sample library, just two, and I just use one in particular very often. But at the same time, you can still sometimes replace that rhythm on a different instrument. So what's typical in like Cuban music is what they call a güiro, and it sounds kind of like a saw, but it ain't a saw.
Almost like the maracas type
It
sound.
has like a
yes.
kind of sound.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes you switch the things. So you do it on a hi-hat, you do it on a güiro, you do it on a saw. You just figure it out. Shaker, sometimes you could even get like that feel. Yeah.
Well, and speaking about your music, we're gonna take it to our second video of the night, Do You Right? Tell us a little bit about that, please.
Do You Right is the intro track to the Sherry album, which I think a lot of people really like.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but people still like it. And it was really inspired by that early stage in my life when I was writing poetry to girls and figuring out this is the way that you talk to them and realizing they wasn't into that.
Right.
So this is Do You Right.
Everybody wants a piece of your pie. Don't nobody wanna spend no time begging with ya. Everybody wants to sip with your juice. Don't nobody wanna help with the fruit. All these just wanna play with your heart. Don't know how to play nice. Girl, you should've me from the start. I know just how to do you right.
Now you and I both know just how nice it can be. The boys them turning the dogs for gals who just a little pretty. And you, girl, you sweet enough to give a diabetes. Probably go to war for you and never sign peace treaties. It's like everybody wants you to be their own. And when you want something, they always make promises like they'll be the one to put you on a throne. But they'll say anything to get inside your treasure chest. Me? I treasure your presence. I treasure your very essence. I'd love to make loving you my profession. I take as many lessons as it takes. Most is only love you halfway, but my love don't take breaks. Let me talk to you. I hear the way to talk about you. Praying for one night while I'm here trying to get with you for life. They wonder if it's tight, but me, I wonder how tight we could be. Girl, to me, you are everything. Look at your skin. What kind of water you drink? Where you get them wings from, Angel? I mean, all the fun and jokes aside, all I'm trying to say is I really like you and I want us to be more than we are. So how that sound?
You're so silly. Boy, you need help. I can't handle it no more. I really can't handle it no more. So you are crazy. You are crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord, that was funny though.
But guys, I'm not this, but they ain't want no. Hey, beautiful, you okay? Can I take you? They ain't want nothing.
Well, that was Do You Right by Sherwood Rahming, and of course, we're still sitting with Sherwood. What's the reaction been like of that song or from that song?
I remember when I first put out that song, a lot of people, especially with that being the intro to the album, was kind of taken by surprise because it starts off with this sweet, like soft poetry, trying to get this girl to understand how much I like her, but then she kind of laugh it off. See, she ain't taking me serious, and then you have like the voice note reactions from different people that experience things like that.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those relatable moments where it's like, yeah, we all been there before.
Yeah, for sure. But now we're gonna take it to look at some of the magic that you have in your studio and where all of it happens here at home studio. So let's take a look.
This is the actual project file for my song Super Conscious from my last album, Grounded.
Yeah.
So it's the breakdown, all the individual parts of what the song is made of.
What came to you first when you was creating the song?
The chorus came first. It was a day, one of them days where I just was sitting and the lyrics just came to mind. So I'll start off with a chorus, words happen, and sometimes they come with a melody.
Okay. I must be sober conscious, type of stimulated, cause I'm seeing more of what you do, and it makes me feel so deeply.
And because I could play a little bit of guitar, I'll then figure out what chords work good with that melody, that chorus.
Right.
I must be sober conscious, type of stimulated.
You got a song right there.
It's a song. Yeah. Once you have a good lyric and melody and you got chords that work with it, that's all you need to know if the song will be good.
Right.
If the song ain't good after that, production just means that's what the song is. You know, a lot of songs only sound good because the beat is good.
Yeah.
If your song don't sound good with just guitar and vocal, it ain't a good song.
Yeah.
But it's that, and I think from there, I kind of started to figure out some stuff on drums. So I would have programmed drums, do a little thing on the keyboard here or whatever.
So the thing we used to play with on the keys.
But then that was really just a guide for a drummer to come in and do the actual thing. So I record drums often for my stuff because I like the way live drums sound.
So you play drums as well?
No.
Oh, okay.
I guess it's called wasting that flip. I'd be like, hey, I got this idea, but could you do your thing on this? So CJ played drums on this.
Shout out to CJ.
Shout out to CJ. He's that drummer. So the drums along with the guitar and the vocal sound like this.
I must be sober conscious, type of stimulated.
It's a groove. Now, I remember earlier I was telling you about that saw.
Yeah.
That one saw sample that I speak by. That really is go in a lot of these songs. It is in most of the songs on Grounded.
Yeah.
So with the drums and that saw alone, it kind of sounds like this. Let me turn the saw up. So you have that extra raking straight feel.
Yeah, it still feel homey.
Right.
Yeah.
But it don't feel like super fast.
Yeah. Four on the floor.
Yeah. Four on the floor. We ain't doing that. At least not today.
Right.
Then I think what might have came after that was bass. So Hashawn Adderley plays bass on this. He plays bass on almost everything on this album.
Nice. Shout out to him.
He's that bass man.
Yeah.
So the bass guitar sounds like, well, let me just play bass with the song.
That's so groovy.
It's the grooviest.
Yeah.
I got some extra guitars in it doing a little accent thing. They sound like this. If I got find them, they're over there.
Give it like a nice little bed.
Exactly. Yeah. So that kind of comes in only on the chorus section. Make it feel a little special. That's how I like to think about production, a journey. Sometimes you have like the low parts, the high parts, rise and fall. And for the most part, that's the core of the production. You have a lot of little extra stuff, some keys that Sean played too, because he could play that too.
Shout out to Sean.
And because it's the rhythms.
Yeah.
They work as a counter rhythm and they
I never even heard that.
You gotta listen close. When you listen again, you can hear it now.
Yeah.
I promise you. And then when it comes together, it just does a thing. So like,
I tell myself to get a grip before I slip. I must say so conscious. Try to stimulate.
I hear it now.
Exactly.
Cause I'm seeing more of what you do. And it makes me feel so deep.
I actually have Judah doing a little bit of background vocals on this.
Judah Lion.
Yeah. He's really good when it comes to figuring out background vocals. So his background vocals alone sound like...
Super conscious. I feel it.
And then they double with mines.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Super conscious. I feel it.
And not no complex harmony or nothing.
No, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But it adds.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how I kind of put tracks together. It'll start off really simple, and then sometimes I go overboard. Sometimes I get it just right, and I think this was a just right kind of time.
Yeah, this one really hit. Like, a lot of people be singing this song. Like, they go on Instagram and all that. I want this Uber, I want this Uber, yeah. So, like, you know, I mean, how long did to put this all together, how long did it take you?
I wish I could tell you, honestly, because I forget. I remember when we started it, or when I started it, and I was going back and forth with Sean on certain parts of it. And some days we just keep revisiting it. Like, so it would have been a day when I laid a draft of vocal and guitar. Maybe put the background vocals on at the same time, fiddle with the drums, then say, oh, CJ, you free? Let's record drums this day. That could be a whole next week. Sean will come put bass down. Then we do all kind of other things, and even coming down to the mastering part of the album is like, does this need anything before we say this done? Yeah. And that could be months. Really, it could be.
All right, well, Sherwood, I'm sure there's a lot in the thing that you have here on this computer, on this drive.
For sure.
I'd probably want to go there myself, but obviously we can't. We don't have enough time to even go through all of the music that we want to, but of course we got to say thank you. Nika is talking to him. Obviously, he's our artist of the week. So we'll see you on the other side of this break.
What makes a single? Is it the artist's lyrics, their voice? Is it the instrumental? Is it the engineer or the final mix? Is it photos, videos, or the label backing them? A lot of things happen behind the scenes that make it magical when the song comes to light. All it takes is the first step. So, let's get started.
Welcome back to The Drop. We're still talking to Sherwood. So Sherwood, we getting a little personality. We getting deep in this today.
Let's go for it.
So, your songs. You ever had a gal that broke your heart and you wrote a song about her?
Absolutely. I think we all been there. Even some guys been there. Is that okay to say? Anyway.
It's fine. It's fine.
Right. And I think my most pivotal breakups that inspired songs were definitely like high school, when you ain't had no sense and you're figuring out life. But I wrote the songs in retrospect. So like after high school, I used to think about how I was. So No Such is one of those things, right? Because it's like no such over this gals, they ain't thinking about you. Because I thinking about the times when I used to be triple over gals who wasn't on my run.
So you think these gals know these songs for them?
Some, yes.
Saying that you put them me.
No.
Like, oh, you write this song for me?
No, they cool with it, I think.
Well, if they didn't text, then hey. So where do your musical background come from?
I actually don't come from a family that was deep into music, and I didn't do music in high school or none of that. I just picked it up one day after high school. I was like, I want to write songs. I want to make music because I want to have an expression of my thoughts. So guitar was the thing that I picked up first. And I learned that, through YouTube, little courses here and there. And it was really just that post-high school depression.
That kind of...
Trying to figure out life and stuff that triggered the whole musical influence and got me into, I want to learn this instrument, I want to try this out, I want to do whatever it takes to produce a song.
So where do you see yourself and your music, let's say, in the next 3 to 5 years? Where do you see Sherwood and his music?
I think I see myself with a lot more free time, just being able to set up shows where I want. Like, I want to do more, I want to play internationally, of course. Everybody does. But because right now I usually only get to play with a limited squad, like it'll be me, keys, bass, drum, guitar. But the music that I make really represents much more than those 4 pieces in a band. Like sometimes there's trumpet, sometimes there's like violin, and I want to do more big band stuff. So in 3 years or so, I want to be doing the fullest version of live performance with my music. A little sneak peek type thing is in May, I am planning to do an exhibition for the Grounded album. So it's going to be like a multimedia exhibition with photography, live music, so on and so forth. And that I hope to be like a really special experience because it's going to be like 13 of us playing. I ain't gonna list all the instruments, it's too much. But it's going to be like 13 of us in a band. So like a tiny desk vibe, but really like a big desk. And that should be special.
Okay. All right, Sherwood, so it's game time. We're going to play a game.
Okay.
So the game is called the Whisper Song Challenge.
Okay.
I'm going to mouth lyrics.
Oh, I can't read lips, but let's try.
We can try today.
Okay.
I'm going to mouth lyrics, and you have to tell me or sing what song I'm trying to get you to learn.
Okay, let's give it a go.
You ready?
I feel pressure, but let's go.
Why does everybody feel pressure when it comes to this song?
I am horrible at reading lips, but I down for it. Let's do it.
Let's do one for the team, man. All right.
I was a boat man. I just see my work is on the
Oh,
water.
okay.
Cool,
I like
cool,
that.
Cool.
We getting there.
Uncle Lou, he falling over.
Sorry.
Okay, here.
Y'all please go home with that. Okay, let's go.
I feel like I almost had it. Go on again, let me see. I ain't got this one.
Get down by my road.
Oh my God. Okay.
Well, Sherwood, thank you for joining us on The Drop. But right now, we're going to go to a break. Ladies and gentlemen, after the break, we're going to see Sherwood perform. So stay tuned.
What's trending? Lifestyles in the afternoon. What's trending? Lifestyles in the afternoon.
What's trending? Lifestyles in the afternoon.
What's trending? Lifestyles in the afternoon. What's trending? Lifestyles in the afternoon.
What's trending? Lifestyles in the afternoon. Coming this fall on the ZNS Network.
Well, it's been another episode of The Drop. I had so much fun and I learned a lot.
Yeah, I learned a lot too. And I'm not going to say I had a dandy today, but I learned a lot. We learned a lot. And we hope that you learned a lot about the artist today.
Yes, and definitely the production of music, the different styles of music. You know, expand your palate a little bit. Eh?
Yeah.
Don't just go for cupcake and ice cream all the time. Go for like cake and
couscous, caviar.
You know what? Let's just continue,
Okay.
right? But up next, we're going to get a very special performance from Sherwood, who is our Artist of the Week and the Artist of the Show, really. Well, we're going to say for now, see you next week. Of course, I'm Vontae.
And I'm your girl, Nika B.
And this has been another episode of
The Drop.
This plantain, bring all the guys to the yard. I don't know about yours, but that's not my business. But this plantain, I hear the guys is good for her heart, so making sure she get what she needs, my only interest. It's a simple island man. I eat crab, lay pipe, love son. A plantain be the talk of the town, and some people don't understand what make it special. So honey look like she dying to know, and bedroom looking like he want trouble. Don't want trouble, let me take my things and go, cause this plantain bring all the gas to the yard. I don't know about yours, but that's not my business. But this plantain, I hear the gas is good for her heart, so making sure she get what she needs, my only interest.
Beautiful, bro.
Okay, so you know, I'm trying to retain like 4 questions. Yeah.